You know, it is Tuesday here on Hometown Highlights, and Tuesday means one thing, that the Taylor Roundup. And Roundup, you just shrunk.
I do that every time, don't I?
Every time we start the show, Daniel Seguin, the director of everything communications-wise, and he's got his friend Jamie over here with him today, Kingery. Jared, good morning. And we have we're going to have two guests today.
We are.
Because it's the day after Labor Day. And speaking of labor, you know, you brought your HR director.
I did.
For the city
Absolutely.
of Taylor. Introduce her, and then we're going to ask her some questions.
Yes, so welcome, LaShon.
Thank you.
LaShon is our HR director and our interim managing director of administration, and I'm hoping she will be able to share with our audience today what that means and what those two roles entail at the city.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
We're so glad to have you here. You have a nice smile.
Thank you.
Unlike some of us, you're pleasant. Every Tuesday I have to deal with and Daniel, by the way, he's destined for greatness. I mean, you know who his ancestors are, this Juan Seguin. You're from Louisiana, which we forgive you for already. We've already forgiven her for that. And unlike Daniel, who didn't have a clue where she was from, I explained it to him.
I actually learned it out in the hallway.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Right, you ought to get to know your folks you work with over
I know.
at the...
I know.
You know, HR is not an easy job, especially these days when everybody's, you know... How long have you been with the city of Taylor?
Almost 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
Wow. And how long have you been here?
I've only been here a year.
You know, today's our anniversary. Oh. 1 year of ownership.
Today?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we haven't lost our FCC license, which is, I think, accomplishment. We haven't had to hit the big red button yet. And that means that Jay Davis has eaten 365 honey buns and double the Dr. Peppers. So, but here we are.
2 a day.
2 a day at least.
Wow. Impressive.
At least. It is. The diabetic people, or Jardians, is looking for Jay, spokesperson. Okay. Well, how was everybody's Labor Day? Let's start there.
You know, we had an adventure with the boys. We took them out to get some Round Rock donuts.
Hey,
and
you've had a Round Rock?
I've had a Round Rock donut.
Aren't they delicious?
They are delicious.
You can't eat just one.
Oh no.
Did you get them hot?
We got them hot, and then we got, you got to get a dozen donut holes with it. So
I don't know about the donut holes thing, but the Round Rock donuts.
Yeah, Bavarian cream.
I lived downtown Round Rock, and that smell would waft over downtown and just make you
So downtown
salivate.
was delicious.
Oh, it was just an unbelievable
And I think
experience.
the line yesterday was about 2 blocks.
It had to
at least
Labor Day.
Oh
sure.
yeah.
What
and
time?
Then
What time did you get there?
Oh, we went about 10 or 11 o'clock.
Sure.
And
It
then we
never
went
ends.
over to the All Abilities playground.
Isn't that a neat thing?
That is amazing.
You know, Rick Atkins, and before that it was Sharon Preet, had that idea with Chris Whitfield on the city council. And if you've never been, it's at the Rab House. Mm-hmm. It's right there off of not A.W. Grimes, but
it's 79 and A.W. Grimes. It's right there by the
A.W. Grimes, yeah. But you turn in right there and go see that, and it literally is just a special, special place. You can, if you're a kid with imagination, or Jared, you can go over there and pretend you're a race car driver.
Yeah.
Pretend you're a fireman, a policeman.
Pretend you work at Round Rock Donuts.
Pretend you work at Round Rock Donuts. It's just a neat place. Now, so you had a good time. You went shopping for hiking boots, Jared, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm off mic, so
well,
I know it's not good radio to be off mic, but
but that's okay.
We went to
we're kind of rinky-dink around here anyway.
Pardon me, LaShon, for getting in your
fine.
space. But yeah, we bought some hiking boots and went to some thrift stores.
And you went junking, is what you did.
Basically,
yeah. Did you find any slot machines or any collectibles that interested you?
No, not this time.
Okay.
No slot machines.
Are you still waiting on a? Are you still waiting on a
He's
deal?
still trying to make a deal.
I'm still trying to make. And what did y'all do?
We drove down to Corpus, and
Nice.
my kids like the Texas State Aquarium.
Isn't that a neat place?
It is. It is awesome.
Did you stop? Did you see the lady Lexington while you were down there?
Not this time, but I
No.
have been on it.
Isn't that a neat
Yes.
thing too?
It is.
Have you ever seen it at night?
I have not.
They light it up in blue because the Lady Lexington. And there's a great story about that aircraft carrier. The Japanese thought they had sunk it, and then it showed up out of the blue, out of the mist,
The blue
and clouds.
ghost.
The blue ghost. That's exactly what they called it. That's why you're going to be elected to Congress. You know all the stuff about Texas.
Oh, I just happened to have actually gone to visit the Lexington a few weeks ago. So
Did
for
you
the first
really?
time ever?
First time ever?
First time. It was awesome.
Isn't that cool? Isn't it amazing how taller we are than compared to back then?
How taller we are.
Taller. You try to go through one of those bulkheads, and you'll bang your head.
Oh yeah, I was pretty much crouched the whole time.
Yeah.
Even not even just through the
No.
bulkheads, just through the hallways.
I mean, it's just it's interesting to note how we've gotten taller throughout the generations. I think that's interesting because you look in some of those. If you ever go look at a B-17 or an airplane of that, how they got in there, and how the ball turret or the tail gunner, or even the waist gunner, all those. How did they manage that? Because they were littler, shorter people than we were.
Indeed, yeah. I don't. It's quite fascinating.
It's interesting, that kind of stuff. That
Indeed.
interests me. But anyway, so you went to Corpus to the aquarium.
Yes.
What's it called? Is it Texas
It's the Texas State Aquarium.
State Aquarium?
Yes.
And you have children, I take it.
I do. I have 2 teenage girls.
Oh, and they really enjoyed it, didn't they?
They did. They did.
Did you get a chance to dine while you're there? Have some good seafood?
We didn't dine at any seafood restaurants. Not that I don't love my seafood, but I have some picky eaters. But we did go to Olive Garden while we were there. I have picky eaters. I'm from Louisiana. They didn't grow up in Louisiana. They were born in Germany. And
Oh, so military.
yes.
Okay.
So I am retired Army.
Thank you for your service, as we
you.
like to say. Did you serve any at Fort Hood?
I did. I retired at Fort Hood.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
And we stayed in
And
Texas.
stayed. Well, you're smart.
Yeah. And now my
Smart.
kids will be Texans, even though you forgive me for
Look.
being from Louisiana.
No, I mean, look, I forgive you for being from Louisiana, Shy. I guarantee.
Yeah.
So did you go by the 2-story Whataburger?
We passed by it. I did not
Okay,
eat
that's
there.
the only 2-story Whataburger in the whole chain. Did you
I
know
wish
that?
you told me that.
Yeah,
I'd have gone a couple weeks ago.
Well, did you stop
Man.
by and see the Selena statue?
No.
Did you sing any Robert Earl King, Corpus Christi Bay? You didn't
Apparently
do
I
anything.
saw nothing.
I'm
Apparently
gonna
I did
need,
absolutely
I'm going to
nothing.
need to be your press secretary when you step up.
Or tour guide.
All
How
right.
about tour guide?
Well, no, I want to be your press secretary. That way I can keep you all these tidbits when you're
Okay.
out going statewide looking for votes.
Oh,
Well, let's talk about HR and what you do administratively for the city of Taylor, because how many employees do you deal with?
So we have about 185 employees in the city, and we are a department of 3. We're responsible for all things that have to do with people from the employee life cycle, from the time that they onboard, or I should say even recruiting and attracting, until the time that they leave, whether that's resignation, retirement, or the unfortunate when we have to offboard somebody involuntarily.
I like that term, Jared, off-board. You know, that means you got canned, basically.
When I hear
Don't-
off-board, I'm imagining the plane.
Yeah, the plank. Thank you. You do think about walking the plank, don't you? You're off.
You're going off-board.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. What are the challenges in HR these days?
Talent acquisition. We're a municipal government. We have a budget. So sometimes getting the best talent can be challenging. Pay, benefits, just being a smaller city with not as big of a budget in a very growing not just city, but
Community.
county. So it's very challenging to get those employees sometimes. And so we have to think about what can we offer that maybe another city can't, or give employees that are here a reason to stay.
Do you have a lot of turnover in employees?
This year we've had a lot of turnover, more than usual. We've had a lot of retirements. That happens.
Sure.
And then when you get somebody retires, another person retire, and then other people will see it as a time to maybe move when they wouldn't have.
Right.
So we've had a good bit
Now,
of that.
what did you do in the Army that prepared you to be the HR director for a city?
I was an equal opportunity leader. I worked for an inspector general for 4 years. I was assistant inspector general. I was an Army recruiter. I did retention, so quite a bit actually. They were paying.
Well, yeah, because you're in HR, you have to be kind of a cheerleader for the city, right? So you go to all the job fairs.
Yes.
And you only have 3 people in your side of the coin here?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So 3 people out recruiting continuously. What's been your easiest or what's been your most effective lead for qualified people?
Sometimes it is actually a referral for somebody that already works
Somebody
there.
works here.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the best,
Yeah.
that's like, best form of advertising is word of mouth, except you can't control word of mouth, right? You got to be careful with that.
You do. But even when your employees, if you invest in them and they worked here and they like working here, and sometimes they leave just because we're a small city and they don't have opportunity to grow. They can go to another city. They still talk well about the city they left.
Sure.
So that's good for you because it's like, okay, well, Taylor's not a bad place to work. We've had people come here like, hey, I knew such and such. They worked here. They said good things. They said positive things. So I'm here now. So I think that's the best thing you can hope for.
Absolutely. And you do get quality people. I think we have another guest coming from the city later on in the show. Is that right?
We do, who was recently
Acquisition
recruited as well.
Yes.
He has been onboarded, not offboarded.
Not offboarded.
We offboarded a recent fella that was kind of in that area, didn't we? No, he left on his own accord.
She left, and it was a different role.
No,
Okay.
different. Not Main Street.
I think he's talking about development services.
Development
Development
Services.
services.
His favorite staff member at the
Okay.
city of Taylor.
Okay. All right.
Moron.
But so LaShon, can you share kind of the differences between recruiting, a wastewater operator, for example, versus executive level? What is the differences and the challenges that based on those different types of positions?
A wastewater operator are more entry-level jobs. We're competing with an entire market, and it's not just where executive levels, you're probably competing with other cities. They do the same thing. They've been in that role for a while. We're trying to recruit them for other cities. A wastewater operator, utility maintenance, entry-level, that is the entire labor market where we're competing with the construction jobs, just everybody who would be looking for general labor. And so sometimes that's even harder than recruiting an executive.
Well, it's got to be a challenge when you've got an explosive economy like we have. It's expanding. People are always trying to hire.
Right.
Yes.
In a small town of 18,000 trying to compete with Austin and Round Rock.
Not even just Austin, but just around here, all the growth,
Right.
Construction growth particularly. They're always shorthanded, always looking for people, and everybody's trying, and not just here in eastern Williams County, but Milam County and Lee County too. We're all experiencing this growth, and where do you fill these jobs?
And it can be particularly challenging in such like our CDL drivers. Like we need CDL drivers, but over the road pays a lot more than
Well,
what we
then
can
you
pay.
need to go send your people to
Yeah.
Changing Lanes CDL school right down the street on 79, brought to you by my good friend down there. He can get you in 4 weeks. He can get you a CDL license. So there you go. Changing Lanes. That was a free plug right there.
I'll definitely keep that in
You
mind.
should, because he's literally and he's a nice guy. He really is, and just very good people. He wouldn't be on our radio station if he wasn't good people.
Love it. Well, LaShon, you mentioned executives can be challenging, and you usually recruiting from other cities. And we are going to have, hopefully, Sean Johnson here on the show soon. But wanted to know, what was that process like for recruiting a tourism and down Main Street director, and how does that compare to other executive positions?
So that one was a little different. It was not your normal. Not everybody has a downtown and tourism person. So, and Taylor's kind of unique that it has a Main Street district, and not every city has one of those. So we actually use a recruitment firm for that one, so we can get a variety.
How does a recruitment firm work these days? Do you pay a flat fee for that?
We do.
For that headhunter service?
We pay a flat fee. They do all of the posting. They get all of the applications. They screen those for us. They do background checks.
So they get it turnkey, and they give you top 3?
We started off with, I think, a top 5.
Top 5.
And depending on the recruitment and the interest in the job, it could be a top 8, a top 10. But this one, I believe, was a top 5.
Okay.
And then we'll do a short interview with them to decide if they fit our needs. And then we'll bring the individuals that we're most interested in.
To council.
Well, actually, we interview them in person first. Then we make a selection. And then we introduce them to council.
Okay. Now, does the city pick and then the council approve, or how does it work?
The city manager actually makes the selection. This council doesn't require that they have to approve an executive, except for the city manager and the police chief. Those are the only 2 positions.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, in that kind of alluded to, some cities do require all executives, or
some cities require that their council confirm.
It depends on if it's a weak city, if it's a weak mayor or a strong mayor. Council, depending on how the charter's written.
Yeah, it depends on how the charter's written.
And city manager is kind of the CEO, and they don't. They make hiring policy, and council makes, policy directives. They don't actually hire. But some smaller towns, absolutely, the council hires and fires.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've seen some councils, some cities where the police chief doesn't report necessarily directly to the city manager, but reports directly to council, which is fascinating as well.
Well, law enforcement and public safety is kind of a unique animal all to itself, right?
Right, absolutely.
And when you get that, that's usually when, if you, in my little small town where I reside, we had a police chief that pulled over the wrong person. And they were removed summarily from that position not too long afterwards. So that's the downside,
indeed,
of doing business that way. It's much better to have a strong CEO, city manager, and we have a pretty good one here.
Right, we do.
We got a pretty good one in Rockdale too with Tim Kelty. I think the world of him. He's good people too. So there you go.
LaShon, one thing that's new that's happened is this managing director of administration position. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Is that a promotion for you?
It is a promotion.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So when our deputy city manager left, the city manager made a decision to split his responsibilities between me and the parks director. So we became managing directors. So I have my department, the HR department, where I'm responsible for everything in the day-to-day operations, and now I also oversee the finance and the city clerk department. So I'm like their liaison between them and the city manager, and also some special projects. So overall, additional
just the work. Is that what it sounds like? Did we get a little extra?
We did.
Okay, well,
we
that's
did.
Good. That makes up for a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Finance and city clerk business. There's a lot of paperwork involved in that kind of stuff.
That is, but luckily we have a great CFO, we have a great city clerk, and so I am mostly responsible to make sure that they stay aligned with city goals, but they still get to do the day-to-day operations in their departments.
And then city clerk oversees municipal court as well, is that right?
She does.
And then finance is also over utility billing. So you're looking at departments and sub-departments.
Yes.
You better be careful. She's going to ask for a raise from her raise.
She'll have to take it up. She'll have to take it up with the HR department.
Yeah. Well,
luckily, I know the director.
Right. That reminds me. Do you remember the Andy Griffith Show?
Of course.
Yes.
Everybody remember that? Everybody remembers that Sheriff Taylor was also the justice of the peace.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that? Okay,
Yeah.
he was the sheriff in the JP. And some out-of-towner drives through, and the sheriff stops him because he ran a stop sign or something. And the guy just goes off on the sheriff. I mean, just going that. And he said, I want to speak to the JP because I'm going to report you to the JP. And he goes, okay, well, I don't blame you. I'd go report me too if you felt that strongly. So they go into his office, and there's the sheriff, Andy Taylor, plaque on the front of his desk. He goes, well, where's the JP? He goes, hang on just a second. And he pulls out another plaque and plops down Justice of the Peace in front of the guy. And the guy goes, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Problems. Danger, Will Robinson. Needless to say, he paid the fine, I'm sure. So, but that's, you wear a lot of hats.
I did.
You know, and you balance it well, and you got 2 teenage daughters. You've been doing this job for 5 years.
I have.
You said. And do you live here in the Taylor area?
I do not. I live in Kempner, so I drive a little bit when I come here.
Kempner, how far away is that little commute?
About an hour and 10 minutes on a good day. But most days are good day. It's not like driving into Austin. The traffic is always full.
Well, you know, I'm about 35, 40 minutes away
Yeah.
where I drive in the morning, so that's not so bad.
No, it's not so bad.
That's just amazing, though, that you live out that way. Now, husband, what kind of work does he do?
My husband is actually stay-at-home dad. It's a decision that we made a while ago.
Okay.
We have a 13-year-old autistic daughter, and so that was just a decision we made for her
Sure,
to do best.
makes sense.
Yes.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So, look, thank you for coming on this morning.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. It's nice to meet you too. By the way, we'll have a little parting gift for you when you leave here this morning.
Okay.
Because we always like to give our first visitors a gift, right? Did you ever get one?
I got a cut.
I want it back.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
very
it's a little stained, but I'll bring
I
it
bet
back.
it is. What is this? What is this cup you have here? OTB.
It's an inside joke of
Okay,
my
well-
certified public communicators group.
Oh.
So it's a bunch of other.
You're a member of the Certified Communicators Group?
I am. I actually went through a course and became a certified public communicator. So I have those
we're
little
gonna
letters.
talk about that
at the
when
end.
we come back. You're listening to Hometown Highlights right here on 98.5 KRXT. And we'll be right back after the top of the hour to find out about Daniel's certification. We'll be right back after these. Well, this is our town.
It is indeed.
Daniel Seguin. Did your team win this weekend?
My team.
Your football team. Do you have a football
What's
team?
football?
Oh, Lord. You just lost the West Texas vote.
No,
right
I
there.
know. It's one of my biggest flaws. I don't play golf and I don't watch football.
Okay, but how
Two-
about
two
your
of the
high
biggest
school? Do you
public-
keep up with your high school team? No.
I was homeschooled.
You were
Steve.
homeschooled?
I was homeschooled.
Well, so-
my high school team was the
This-
Apaches at Tyler Junior College.
All right, well,
But no, I unfortunately don't keep up with
I
any sports.
forgot you were homeschooled. So you had the Seguin Seahawks at your place, and they're 0-1.
See, I enjoyed playing sports. I just didn't enjoy watching sports.
Yeah, well, I understand. That's
You
a
know.
great metaphor. I get that. That
So,
makes total
I
sense.
even enjoy going and watching a game in person. I've
Do
been
you?
to the Rangers game a
Well,
couple of times.
I just want
and-
people to point out that even though my team lost by 7 points up at Ohio, I'm still sporting the colors today. I don't back down just because we lose one silly game.
One thing I've never understood with different sports is why are there different amounts of points? Why isn't you score a goal and you get 1 point?
Okay, now
Or 2 points
look,
if you did something extra. But
here-
why? I don't.
I don't know.
The 6
I
and
don't-
1 just doesn't.
Well, because it makes it interesting. It makes the score interesting, as I found out with the Thorndale Thrall football game Friday that I was reporting on. It's hard to keep up. You
Indeed.
got, and when you don't score an extra point, and then you finally score one, it makes the game an interesting score. It was 31-3. How we got there is beyond me, but we did. We got there. It was 31-3 was the final score, and that's one thing I love about an Aggie Aggies never lose, in case you didn't know. Now, our guest here, I noticed, are you originally from Mississippi?
Yes.
Okay, so either you're an Ole Miss or you're Mississippi State.
I went to Ole Miss.
You went to Ole Miss, which is...
In Oxford.
I know where
right.
it is, but what's the mascot for Ole Miss?
It's the Rebel.
The Rebel. Okay, so, and there is what's your slogan? What's the...
Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy. And if you've ever been to Ole Miss, I've got a dear friend, my attorney is from Ole Miss, and it's a hotty toddy world.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful campus. Introduce your guest.
So I have on today, we just had LaShon Gros, our HR director.
Yes, and we have a brand new.
We do. Now we have our brand new Director of Downtown and Tourism, Sean Johnson. Welcome to the show.
Howdy.
And you know what I like about howdy? See, he's learning. But anyway, I was getting back to A&M, right? And you're SEC.
Uh-huh.
We're SEC. A&M's SEC. We carry A&M football. A&M never loses a game. Never. They have never lost a game in the history of A&M. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, because they don't lose. They just run out of time.
I got you.
That's how all that works. They just run smack dab out of time.
Well, you know what they say at Ole Miss. We've never lost a party.
That's right. and by gosh, I've been there, and you're 100% correct. Mr. Johnson, as Jared liked to type out in his brief today that I got, you were the Director of Tourism in Cleveland, Mississippi.
Yeah, most
Where
recently.
in the world is Cleveland, Mississippi?
It's just north of Cincinnati, Mississippi.
Oh, for Pete. I like this guy already. He's going to give you a handful. You know that? Seriously, where is it?
It's in the Delta.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty country.
Yeah, it's a hunt. It's really similar to here. It was railroad town.
Yeah?
Built on timber, and then when they cleared the timber out, they planted cotton. They've got topsoil there. I've learned it's 40 feet deep in places. It's just insane.
Wow. Yeah, because there's a lot, and that's great growing area.
It really is, and it's changed. We don't grow cotton in Bolivar County, which is where...
Bolivar County?
Yeah.
There's a lot of books that have been written based about Bolivar County. Do you know that? Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
One interesting fact, the Silence of the Lambs, that was inspired by an event that took place in Cleveland, Mississippi back in the 1930s.
Really?
Yeah. I just learned that recently.
Well, we got a lot of scoundrels around here, too. There's a great book we need to get him. Roads, Politics, and Good... what is it? It's Linda Scarborough's book. Roads, Rivers, and Good Old Boy Politics, I believe is the name of it. Taylor was originally going to be the county seat of Williamson County. Hence all this down here, because we were an agricultural-based shipping and receiving. All the stuff in this region was shipped out of here. Corn, cattle, cotton, and all of that, and it's evolved. But that's why you have all this wonderful downtown that you now get to help spur the growth
I hope so.
for Taylor.
Well, there's a lot to work with for sure.
There is a lot to work with.
Pretty downtown, even coming in this building.
Isn't it nice?
It
They
really
really did a
is,
nice
yeah.
job on this McCrory Timmerman building. This was no mercantile, in case you couldn't tell, with that freight elevator.
Right.
And that's why we chose this corner to bring the radio station studios to. Pretty interesting stuff. Well,
I wanted to ask you, Sean. Well, first off, I had a suggestion. I wanted to put it out there right here off the bat. I think we need a podcast or a show or a series of videos called "Keeping Up with the Johnson."
The Johnsons.
The Johnson, just the Johnson.
Yeah,
Little
there's only
thing.
one.
Whoa. Jared and I immediately looked at each other saying, Daniel, no.
Okay. Well, it was.
You know who he kind of looks like, though? I'm a huge fan of Parks and Rec. Right? Nick, the character that... Yeah. He's got that rugged... He looks like he ought to be running Parks and Rec. Mountain Man over there with that beard, He's got more hair than all of us, I think, too.
Well, Sean, you mentioned kind of already a little bit some of the downtown assets that we have and just in general for tourism. What got you most excited about promoting Taylor and helping Taylor to grow, and downtown especially?
Well, to be honest, the size of the market. You know, what I was marketing in Cleveland, which is 100 miles almost to the point from Memphis, which is our largest drive market. We had, within a 3.5 hour drive, we had maybe 3.5 million people, cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole state of Mississippi. That's Memphis. It's a little bit in Louisiana and Arkansas. The problem on in the Delta is that all the land is, we don't have any close markets. You know, it's all farmland for miles and miles and miles. And then you cross the river, which is you got to drive about an hour north to cross it or an hour south to cross it. And you get over into Arkansas, and there's nothing over there.
There's nothing worth going to either.
Nothing. No population.
In Arkansas. I don't have to go there anymore. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan.
No.
No.
I mean, it was, and I hadn't really spent a lot of time over there in Arkansas, but driving through it and seeing what the market actually looked like when I was coming to Texas, with the knowledge that within that same drive time, 3.5 hours, you've got 20 million people.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, as far as marketing, I was able to do a good job in Cleveland with 3 million people. I'm thinking with the same resources, I can do a good job here with 20 million people on our doorstep.
There's a lot of similarities between that part of the world and Taylor.
A lot.
You know, some great barbecue. We got some great barbecue. We're going to have to do the barbecue tour with it, you know.
Well, you know, and two, a lot of Mississippians came to Texas. I know I did the 23andMe and all that jazz. And
Did you really?
Yeah. I've got more third cousins in Texas than anywhere. I've never met them, but it says I got a lot of them. And it's the people when they came into America from Europe, they came down through the Carolinas or Virginia.
Or they came through Galveston.
Or came through Galveston.
A lot of my folks came through Galveston.
Yeah, they come that way, or they come overland over generations, which is what my family did. They ended up, a lot of them, after the Civil War, came to Texas.
Now, you've literally been here a week and a half. Is that it?
Yeah,
I mean,
guess so.
Yeah, one
week.
The paint's not even dry on the name on your door yet.
Right.
First impressions.
Well, of Taylor or Texas?
Well, I guess we ought to focus on Taylor. They're the ones writing the check.
Right. Well, Taylor is, a lot of potential. I'm seeing that there's so much potential here. It's a little rough in some areas. There's some things that I think can be fixed up.
Sure.
But I think that now and the city with what they're doing and bringing me on, showing intention to do that. So
Right.
I'm looking forward to getting to work with that. But again, it goes back to, this weekend I just drove around the area, drove kind of a circle around the area to see what was out there. And, the people back home in Mississippi have no idea the amount of just commerce that you guys have here in Texas. I drove through Hutto and did that whole route through Round Rock. And
Oh, my goodness. You really got an eye full of all that, huh?
And I thought, my gosh, you don't see anything like that back home. Nowhere.
And did you tell him to go to Round Rock Donuts and get him a donut?
I haven't yet. No, that's been on my list to mention.
You got a lot to learn.
I know.
I mean, good gosh, you're going to drink from a fire hydrant for a while.
That's what it feels like. I've been, I did eat two. I did stop twice for pie on that.
Oh, well played. You must have, let me guess where you stopped. You probably stopped in Hutto at the Texan Cafe and had a piece of pie there.
I did.
When you get out, you can go to Marble Falls at the Blue Bonnet Cafe.
Those are the places.
That's where you went.
Those are exactly them.
Man, that's like I'm a psychic
Clairvoyant.
or psycho, one of the two. But I like a man that likes pie, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're my kind of people already.
No,
If
pie.
you like
Now, what's
barbecue
your
and-
go-to?
Coconut cream.
See,
Oh,
once again,
man.
coconut meringue when you go out to the Bluebonnet, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the meringue. It's calf slobber.
I saw it.
It's about that.
Did you say calf slobber?
No, that's what we called it. That meringue on top, we called it calf slobber. You never heard that before?
I've never heard that before.
Daniel, we got to get you out.
And
a little
Northeast
more.
Texas is some cattle country, so I'm surprised I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, well, calf slobber, but it delicious. So you found the two pie places.
Mm-hmm.
Well done on your end.
I just have a pie, like a sense for it, I
You,
guess.
do you really?
But,
Well,
yeah.
that's a pretty good. You got to be pretty smart to make it all the way to Marble Falls when you just got to Texas from here. We got some pretty good Mexican food too.
Yeah.
If you ever, we'll take you to some places for Mexican food. The little joint right down the street here from us on 2nd Street in the Green Building.
I love that place.
That's, man, I'm telling you, Daniel, you've done a wonderful job hiring this individual. I already just think the world of him.
No, I thought
He's going to
about
have his own show before you know. it.
Oh, okay.
when I got here, I looked at that place and I thought, I bet that's going to be good. And I went in and there's a Robert Earl Keen song called Front Porch or something about had
sure.
enchiladas, and I was just
Greasy
really
enchiladas? Man, I'm telling you.
feeling that Texas vibe.
Well, welcome to Texas, son. And you're an SEC hottie toddy. Have you ever been over there to that part of the country?
I've been to Mississippi once.
The Grove.
But I'd never been to the school, any of the schools.
Mm.
Where was it? Is it Jackson,
There's
Mississippi?
a lot
that
of
I've been?
talent. There's a lot of talent around Mississippi in those schools.
It's beautiful country up there.
It is.
It really
It
does.
really
Actually,
is
it's very similar to Northeast Texas, where I grew up.
Well, it's a lot of trees.
A lot of pine
A
trees.
lot of lobe pines
Mm-hmm.
out that way. And that's just gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Well, can you tell us what some of your hobbies are, Sean?
Oh gosh. Well,
He's pie eating, for one.
eating pie,
And he likes getting his car and ride around.
eating pie, driving around. I like to cook. I'll tell you another thing that I just love about being here is HEB.
And he didn't call it Hebe. He called it HEB. Good for you.
But no, last night I picked up I saw they made homemade tortillas.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get homemade tortillas in Mississippi, and those things they sell in Mississippi, they shouldn't call them tortillas after.
No, those
what
things are buttery delicious, aren't they?
I almost ate the whole pack before I got home. I just drove home and ate them right out of the bag. They were
I
so
just got a
good.
feeling this guy's going to fit in real well around here. You know that. You probably gain about 10 real quick.
Oh, yeah.
People I've been posting on my socials about food, and my friends back home said, "You're going to get fat." And I said, "Well, everything's bigger in Texas."
There you go. There you go. I like it.
That's good.
Now we need to have him back when he gets settled in and actually knows how to get to the office.
We do. We do.
Well,
But
I will say, I went to your office, and that's where I thought I was supposed to meet because they've got a
Is it-
television studio set up in there.
Is it palatial, his office?
It is.
Is it all? Does he have mahogany furniture and dark
Mahogany
paneling?
furniture, and he's got a parrot in a cage, a gilded cage.
would you like a full description of my office, Steve? We could give you a tour.
Do you have a parrot in your office?
I wish I had a parrot in my office.
Oh.
I do have a little
I thought
plastic
Jared-
duck on my.
I thought
on my
Jared
sill.
was your parrot.
He's in the office next door.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you have a full-blown studio?
So studio at the city of Taylor. Let me just describe.
Okay.
Yes, a studio.
So it all came from Temu? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
It's pretty much Temu quality?
I think all of the folks we bought it from on Amazon probably bought it from Temu first.
Yeah.
But it's a pop up green screen that
Yeah.
just sort of folds out and snaps into
Sure.
place.
Yeah, okay.
Leaned against the wall,
Oh, nice.
on top of a desk.
Oh, even better.
You're right. And then we do have some nice lights that are set up. But by the way, this is all in a cubicle next to like 3 other cubicles that sometimes have people in them. So when we're
Talking.
recording, we have to do some good sound cancellation so we don't catch everybody else. And then I get to have the awkward job of being very loud at the camera while everyone's trying
Shocking.
to work in the room.
You loud?
Me? Yeah.
But the work they put out is phenomenal for
It
the
is
setup.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are entertaining. You showed me one that you just did for a meeting this Thursday
Yes.
in black and white, by the way, which I always find interesting.
Yeah, it was a really fun one. It was actually sort of off the hip a little bit when we were trying to brainstorm on
You mean from the hip?
from the hip.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
not
the way?
off the hip.
Not off,
Off
the
the
hip.
cuff.
Off the
Off
cuff.
the cuff,
Admit-
from the hip.
Yeah. There we
See,
go.
this guy and I are going to get along great because we could both pile on you, and it's just going to be phenomenal.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we'll have to put out your next show until like 6 months later or something.
No, he's going to have a regular slot, and I have a feeling it's Tuesday.
Oh goodness gracious!
I'm just.
Oh, when you fire me finally, you've threatened
No.
to fire me the last couple of weeks.
No, I haven't
You have.
threatened to fire you. No, everybody likes dealing with Daniel.
Should that be the new show title?
Oh, it really should.
Dealing with Daniel.
Dealing with Daniel. You know, look, you just got here a week ago. I called Daniel and said, let's get him on the show to introduce him to everybody out there. And he said, no, we need to wait. Let's get him where he's acclimated a little bit to understand. I got people showing up out there. I have no idea who they are. You know, they're like sitting down, wanting to talk. I don't know who I've invited.
Oh, boy.
It's the day after Labor Day. Are you a hunter, sir?
I haven't in a while, but I grew up hunting.
Do you are you a bird hunter? I should ask. Are you an upland game man?
No, I mean I duck hunted, dove hunted when I was younger. But,
Okay. Well, you know, yesterday was Texas National Holiday.
oh, I know that.
You heard it, didn't you?
All over. I'm living outside of town.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So
yeah.
we celebrate September the 1st here with a lot of party favors, you know, and a lot of noise out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get anything?
I did not shoot a thing. You know why?
Why?
Because it's the opening day of dove season. It rained 4 times. Now, I built a war wagon, which is
War
a
wagon.
war wagon, which is 3 skeet throwers on a trailer.
Okay.
And I drug that up. We hunted in Killeen. I hunted with the Bell County Sheriff and a bunch of fine folks from the Killeen Rodeo. And
Great shooters.
Not really. No. I taught a lot of lessons yesterday shooting. But so we shot a lot of skeet. And I like to shoot skeet. Now, my normal bunch that I run around with, they had their hunt down here, and they probably did a lot better than we did. Taylor's a natural flyway. And you got Councilmember Redden, who is yet to invite me to his home, has just a flock of dove in his back area back. He got some property out there. And didn't invite me. So I he's not getting the skeet throwers either. But it was a lot of fun. So that's a big deal around here.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I mean, he gave you the carrot cake, so at least there's that.
Judge Redden provides the carrot cakes, not Councilmember Redden.
But he, you know,
a lot of nepotism.
You had to ask though through the councilman. 'Cause,
No,
you know,
I didn't. I went directly to
okay.
Judge
All
Redden.
right.
She's in charge. Greg don't tell her nothing. He probably, when she says jump, he starts to hop.
Well, you know, he had to supplicate on your behalf.
Supplicate.
Yeah.
You had to throw in one big word today. didn't
Always
you?
have to do one every
Wouldn't
once
have
in a
to
while.
Well, look, I want him. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, I appreciate
We'd
that.
love to hear when you get settled and get your plans established and all that good stuff. We'd love to hear how's it going.
Okay.
Kind of thing. So
Yeah.
we'd love to have you back. We got to get out of here today, though, because
Sounds
I
good.
got them stacked up back there, and we got to clear some of this out before I get in trouble. You're listening to Hometown Highlights with our new director of Main Street. That's
Downtown and tourism.
downtown and tourism, but Main Street encompasses that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about signage.
We didn't talk
No,
about
how
signage.
about that?
How about that?
It's hard to believe. We'll talk about it off the air. Right here with Daniel Seguin. It's the Taylor Roundup. It's every Tuesday right here on 98.5 KRXT. Rockdale, Taylor, the heartbeat of Milam, Lee, and Williamson counties. We'll be right back after these and Daniel's Merce.